Tell me about the shakedown trial.
Ooh, you know, I hope you'd ask me that.
In 2019, we took 3 months out to go sailing. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. Join us on our trip sailing the west coast of Scotland, the Hebrides and the Orkney Islands. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Maybe hit that bell button to be notified of new videos. Preparation for our 2019 season started back in April with lots of hard work both before and after launch. Our boatyard is set in a very pretty glen, so we thought we'd include some footage to get you in the mood.
Beautiful. Only 36 foot to go.
Yeah, times 2, there's 2 sides.
Oh yeah. Glad we haven't got a bigger boat.
Yeah, 36 foot suddenly seems very big, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Well, it's great if you like spending your mornings like that for about 2 hours. Which I love.
That's just as well, isn't it?
I've been having a look at our log because we've done so much sailing this season. I've kind of lost track of what we've done.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a year, hasn't it?
It's been an amazing year, and I'd love to just read you a bit from the log.
Yeah, go on.
So, so this was back in the 5th of May 2019. This is our sea trials weekend for 2019. After a successful launch on the 1st of May, you'd been busy for a couple of days getting Spearax ready, and then I'd come up after work on the Friday night for a bank holiday weekend, and it felt different because this year I've got a couple more weeks at work, and then I'm starting a 3-month career break.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just gonna sail off into the sunset and see what happens. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of exciting thinking about what it's like not just to have a couple of weeks on the boat, but actually living on the boat. And am I going to love it? Am I going to go stir crazy on kind of, you know, something that's only 36 foot long?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
Well, it was an amazing opportunity, being between contracts. It was the perfect opportunity to see what it would be like to go more than a couple of weeks, because certainly the issue with going on the average trip is you're always thinking about how you get back to base, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. You kind of get to somewhere that's fab, and you're constantly thinking, oh well, I can't stay.
Yeah.
Because what if I get stuck and the weather turns and I never get home again?
I mean, typically we get to the Outer Hebrides, and you get to the Outer Hebrides and you're starting to think, well, I'm already a week away from base. Am I going to actually have the time to get back? So you start heading back when you've only just really arrived in your new cruising area.
Yeah.
So with 3 months to play at, that was going to be an exciting opportunity to well, you could weather out storms. So you could weather out a whole week's worth of storms, or 2 weeks worth of storms, and still have plenty of time to be able to get back. And the other thing is, this year we weren't really committed to necessarily heading back to where we started from.
That's true.
Because you had 3 months, but I had as much time as it took, basically.
Yeah, yeah. I'm having a look at what we actually did.
What do we do on our sea trial?
It looks like, actually, so the 5th of May was a Sunday, so we set off on Saturday the 4th. And oh yeah, do you remember, I've got an entry here, 6:20 in the morning, we had ice on the decks. I
do, yeah. It's the first time in a long time anyway, that I've set off with ice on the side decks, which was made slipping the mooring a bit exciting. It was a bit of a challenge. It was a really nice, clear blue skies day, very light winds, force 1 northerly winds, and as we were going out the entrance, the Red Princess, that big logging ship, came through the entrance, and yeah, I remember the like bright red against the blue sky. It was a really dramatic kind of image of a massive great big thing heading towards you at high speed. Oh, there's a barge coming in.
Oh, hell.
First time we're going out this season, we've got ice on the deck and we've got a huge barge coming in. It's all excitement here. Yeah, I remember the marina guy coming out at 6:20 in the morning, zooming towards us, and I thought, what's that all about? Have we not paid our dues? And it turns out he was out there to act as effectively a pilot to bring this huge coaster in. Luckily by the time they came through, we were still on our way to the exit.
But it looks like, although it was like really calm when we first set off in the lock, once we get out of Loch Virchen, the wind really picked up. So we were sailing with one reef in the main, and we had 16 to 18 knots of wind, and then it picked up more. So we were making 6 knots, and we were making really good angle. We were kind of 45 degrees to the wind. And yeah, I don't know what it was about this season, but I think you'd got her set up just right in terms of the standing rigging, and she was sailing a dream. Yeah,
she was good to windward, which she's normally rubbish at. Not so good at other points of the sail. So,
yeah, funny that. Yeah.
But normally it's kind of the other way around. But
so it looks like we're headed into Loch Spelv, and I think
on the middle anchorage.
Yeah, we went into the middle anchorage, yeah. Yeah, stunning day but chilly.
Yeah, well, it was icy when we set off, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we'd had a really nice sail back from Mull in quite nice winds, 8 to 18 knots according to this. And then back into our door, and everything had worked a treat. So really good shakedown trial. Yeah. Well, this is nice.
Yeah. Do you think we'll get through without jibing?
I'm just aiming to get through without crashing, personally.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'm wondering what's going to happen when we get to the next bit, whether the wind's going to shift.
Well, that was an interesting way of sailing out of Loch Spelv.
Yeah. We're not actually past the point yet, so I'm not going to say whether we've got away without jibing, because we are about as close as it's possible to be.
Am I about to video us crashing into roof and failing?
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see any eagles, because the second bay up there on the left is the lair of the white-tailed sea eagle.
That'll do. been having a look at the log about what happened at the beginning of our epic sailing trip this year.
What happened at the beginning of our epic sailing trip this year?
It was the weekend of the 11th of May, and I can tell I'm really excited about the idea of being on a boat for a longer time and actually kind of living on the boat. And I've put Liverpool life.
Here we come.
Yeah.
That's an official nautical logbook. What you got there, I see.
It's official nautical graffiti, that is.
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah. But yeah, we had an okay forecast. Winds are a bit. There's a few sixes in the forecast, so I'm not surprised that it turns out we had quite a lively sail. So it was when we set off. So we set off at 11ish, and initially the wind was about 12 to 19 knots. And it was northwesterly, and we were heading out from Lochfirchen out west along the Ross of Mull.
Yeah.
And I think we had quite a nice sail of it. Although, we were making 5 or 6 knots, sometimes 7. I put a little smiley face in because the boat was just sailing a dream because she doesn't usually go that fast. No.
We went. I think the idea was there was a lot of northerly winds. It was the wrong time of day to wait for a tide to go north. There was some north in it, so we thought we'd go along the south end of Mull, didn't we?
Yeah.
In order to get to Bunessan, which is where we ended up, I think, via the Sound of Iona.
Yeah. A bit different now, Skipper.
A bit more sheltered in here in Bunessan, or Lotnalethig, or something like that. Sure, somebody will tell me how to pronounce it.
Bunessan.
Bunessan, I think we'll go with. Sailing in less than a half a mile to go, and then we'll anchor in the southwest corner. 30 metres of chain down, Bob. Bunessan, southwest corner, definitely good. When the wind goes around there tomorrow, it'll be even better. We set off from Bunessan early, you said. How early?
Well, according to this, we switched the engine on at 5 to 6 in the morning. So, it must have been 5:30 up, something like that. And it was a beautiful, really calm morning with kind of the light was rising behind the wilderness on Mull.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so we departed the anchorage at 6:25. I noticed we had breakfast underway at 7:30.
Yeah. And I must admit, I remember by that stage I still had boxes of stuff and bags of provisions because I'd brought so much food to be prepared for 3 months afloat. And obviously they don't have any shops in any of the Hebrides. That must have been my mindset. Was we had enough food on board that we would not starve if we didn't go to another shop for 3 months.
This turned out to be not true. They had better shops and better mobile than we have in Cumbria.
Definitely.
Yes.
So where do we go next?
Well, we went east of Staffa and we motored north. Making for Canna in the small isles.
It was a really nice day, and one of the highlights for me, we came across the track of one of the ferries, and the ferry went kind of across. We were crossing where the ferry had just been, and the water must have been quite kind of. There must have been lots of kind of currents and eddies and stuff, and there was a pod of dolphins getting really excited and jumping around. And then I can't remember whether they kind of came with us for a bit, but it was lovely just to see dolphins early on.
Yeah, it said here the ride out bow wave.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it when they do that.
You can never. It doesn't matter how many times you see dolphins. They always. You always have to come on deck and have a look, and get excited with them.
I didn't know you were there. Just doing a bit of shelf maintenance.
Well done.
As you do while you're sailing through the Sea of the Hebrides.
We headed into Canna and picked up a mooring by about 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, 46 miles, 47 miles.
Yeah,
Like that.
another quite a long day.
God, have you seen the average speed? 6.5 knots there, near enough.
Yeah, well I think we motored quite a lot of it.
That would explain it.
Because I don't think we had the wind. But we certainly had lots of wind the next day.